Okay, we're good to go. Right. Right. For tweet should be a skibbity. Oh shit. I accidentally backed out. I'm really confused about why it says I have 128 hours on my first playthrough. Because I I don't even have 128 hours in the game over the course of everything. It says I have, wait, let me check. It says I have 78. Right. I think I was at Osawa got fixed. Right, because Kano got called different dude. Okay. Mr. Osawa, it's Kajiwara. Okay. Bug tracker's going off. No. It's all just PS4. That bug tracker is broken. Oh. What? So it was dumbfounded. Broken? But this is the one I got from you, right? Well, yes. But mine isn't detecting anything. Yeah, I don't. Kajiwara produced an identical bug tracker from his pocket. And the game is not 128 hours long. I don't know. And as he said, it wasn't getting any signal. As I recall, Mr. Osawa, that one was dropped on the floor when I was trying to hand it to you. Oh, yeah, that's right. Must have been when it broke, sir. The strength ebbed from Osawa's body. He didn't even have the mental energy to be angry anymore. He gave the tracker a whack with the palm of his hand and the beeping stopped. Right, he said. What can I do for you? Kajiwara clapped his cheeks. Alright, we have a bigger problem. The toilet again? No, it's not that. It's worse. Kajiwara's face turned grim. Something worse? Osawa didn't listen to this clown. Now let's hear him out. Had something happened to Maria? He needed to hear the detective out. What is it? Go on, tell me. He did his best to remain composed. Well, you see, we ordered lunches for everyone, and it looked like there were 2 still left over, so I wound up eating them. There was an awkward pause. Bro, Osawa didn't have the foggiest idea of how to respond. My deepest apologies, sir. I ate the... yeah, this freaking clown, bro. I ate the lunches intended for you and your wife. Kajiwara bowed profusely. And I really do need to apologize. They were tonkatsu bento boxes, and they were delicious. The meat was so tender, and the batter so crisp. With each and every bite, the rich flavor just filled my mouth more and more. Osawa literally had a stroke. Listen, you get your goddamn act together, or... He didn't get to finish that thought. Pathetic little gargle sounded from his stomach. Ah, see? You are hungry. He fussed sheepishly with his hair. At the talk of food, Osawa realized abruptly that he hadn't eaten anything since the night before. Shall I make something for you? The detective asked. This is all my fault, after all. You can cook? You mustn't judge people based on outward appearance, Mr. Osawa. Bro. For real. Getting the bad ending, bro. Alright, fine. Go ahead, then. Uh-oh. This might... Osawa dies from Kajiwara's cooking bad ending, bruh. His newfound hunger was making it hard for him to think. It would certainly behoove him to eat something. He led Kajiwara to the kitchen. What's with that get up? Bring an apron. In the kitchen is a must, sir. Alas, it isn't while I'm naked. Naked? Oh, are you not familiar with the concept of the naked apron? The state of being entirely naked, save for an apron. Dog. What? The naked sock. The naked shoe. What? Kajiwara is a gooner, bruh. I could demonstrate if you like. Please give it an option, bruh. Please give it. No, that's all right. Where'd you get that apron anyway? It's mine, sir. Have you had it with you this whole time? Yes, in here. With a smile, Kajiwara pointed to his pocket. How? Of course. Osawa sat in a chair. His hunger was making him feel weak. Oh, this is bad, the detective said. I need to whip something up for you fast. Something's definitely wrong if you don't even have a comeback. Osawa felt his anxiety mounting. Just what sort of food was this insufferable oaf going to make anyway? Probably nothing worth eating. What are we thinking? Do we eat Kajiwara's food? What are we thinking? B? Ah! Ah! But I'm stretching so hard. I do kind of want to see Kajiwara's food. But we can do Tanaka. Yeah, for real. She would just kill it, bro. Genuinely murder them. Him. Alright, let's ask Tanaka then. Osawa called him up. I'm having Mr. Tanaka help me here, he told Kajiwara. By all means, go back to your investigation. Huh? I hope you don't think I'm not inclined to help you out, since we're not helping out in Kajiwara's strong suit. That's not the issue, Osawa said. It's such a shame a friend being treated like a stranger. Ooh, how I would love it if you were an actual stranger. Osawa was struggling to turn down. Why can't Osawa just make his own food? Turned down Kajiwara's assistance. Tanaka arrived, his sleeves rolled up. He'd already removed his jacket and his necktie. All right, what are we making? He sounded happy enough. Apparently, he didn't mind cooking. This was a side of Tanaka that Osawa had never seen before. Oh, will you be helping out as well, detective? Tanaka regarded Kajiwara in his apron. Yeah, for real. I guess they did Uber Eats, and that the Kajiwara ate all of it, bruh. Of course, it's all part of my duties while I'm stationed here. Understood. Let's get started then, shall we? Bro, is this gonna be a homoerotic scene between Tanaka and Kajiwara cooking together, bro? Naked in aprons? The pair began rummaging around the kitchen, forming an immediate bond of camaraderie. Kajiwara peered into the refrigerator. Goodness, you were remarkably understocked. Let's see, could you please put these in the dinger, Mr. Osawa? The detective handed Osawa some frozen lumps of rice. You want me to help out? Of course. It is your rice, after all. Osawa wasn't sure how to respond to that. Please go ahead and ding those. Ding? I'm afraid I'm not familiar with dinging. I mean, heat them in the microwave. We're microwaving eggs? Osawa stepped over to the microwave. Unfortunately, he had no idea how to work the controls. You should thaw that rice out as soon as possible. I'm actually not sure how to operate this. Bro doesn't know how to work a microwave? What? You don't know how to use a microwave? Kajiwara gave him a look of disbelief. It should be just as simple as turning the dial. Osawa turned the dial labeled thaw. and crossed his arms with a satisfied grin. Freaking Osawa's a bum, bruh. Like, I mean, I get every microwave is different, but, I mean, they're pretty intuitive, Mr. Osawa. I'm sure you already know how, but this is his microwave. I'm sure you already know this, but, you need to put the rice inside first, and then turn the dial. Bro, is he just zero IQ? He should know, and he should know you need to put the food in it to make it warm. You put the frozen rice into the microwave, then turn the dial once more. Osawa might be cooked, bruh. I don't know what everyone expects, he muttered suddenly. It's not like I've ever used one of these things before. Bro. Mr. Osawa, why don't you take this and go wait somewhere? Kajiwara pulled out a sheet of bubble wrap. Bubble wrap was first showed up on the planet Earth in the 1960s. Wait, what? Is this true? It wasn't developed as packing material, but as a form of wallpaper? For real. And a cover to prevent swimming pools? Is that really true? Who the freak's using bubble wrap as wallpaper? That would be. Sorry, the chat cut off. I have to pull it up real quick. Yeah, it would be horrendous. True, they would not lie. You know what? Should I fact check it? Let me fact check it real quick. Bubble wrap original use. Wallpaper. It's damn. Yeah. It really was originally made for wallpaper. What? Okay, use your fingers to pop the bubbles. That should help you calm down. What was the dude thinking? Uh-huh. Okay, too drained to argue, Osawa did as prompted, starting to pop his way along the sheet. I don't know, bro. Like, we've made this very good material very well that's very good for packaging items and keeping items safe through packaging. Let's use it for wallpaper. Huh. Well, Mr. Tanaka, Kajiwara said after they'd spent a little time working on the stove, you probably don't need to stay any longer. Sorry for the trouble. It's quite alright. So little in the way of the ingredients, I guess there wasn't much I could really do. Shoulders slumped, he glanced over at Osawa. I'll leave this in your hands, then detect. Damn, he's really going at the freaking bubble wrap, bro. Are you sure you don't mind? Should I go out and purchase some more ingredients? No, that's fine. Thanks for all the trouble. No, I'm sorry for not being more helpful. Tanaka rushed his hands and left the kitchen. Rather than calm him down, though, it was making him incredibly cross. This felt more like a ridiculous punishment. They say you can learn a lot about a household by looking in the fridge, you know. And? Just what have you learned about mine? I better not say, sir. You might take offense. Oh, so I snapped another bubble between his fingers. Oh, the rice finished. Kajiwara took the up rice and the eggs, and he made something. Damn, I would eat that up, bruh. Here you are, sir. Your fried egg. For real. It might have, simple recipe. Fried egg on rice is complete. Kajiwara grinned from ear to ear. Go ahead, eat it while it's still warm. So I received the bowl. You aren't very good at cooking, are you? All you had in your refrigerator were eggs and pickled vegetables, sir. I guess it's pickled vegetables. Which probably might as well just do freaking eggs and rice, bruh. Freak vegetables. I assure you, it's quite delicious. I recommend breaking the yolk and mixing it all together. Has he never had food before? Yeah, that's usually what you do. Osawa brought a bite of Osawa brought a bite to his mouth. Hmm, that's good. Kachiwara, bruh. I'm freaking dying. Isn't it just egg yolk and oh, isn't it just egg yolk and pickled vegetables pair quite well? Osawa was stuffing his face. Oh shit, no. Oh, what the? Oh, there's autoplay? Slipping into a rapturous daze as he did. I accidentally turned it on. The more he ate, the more it stirred his appetite. I had no idea fried eggs could be this delicious. I know you probably have a long ordeal still ahead of you, sir, but please, keep your chin up and hang in there. Oh, that's right. And for dessert, we have bananas. No thank you. Kajiwara grimaced as Osawa held up a hand in refusal. Right then, when you're finished eating, would you please wash the bowl? Me? Wash dishes? No! If someone else cooks for you, you should do the cleaning up. It's only polite. Fine, okay. This MF's never done a thing in his life, bro. He doesn't know how to wash dishes. He doesn't know how to cook. He doesn't even know how to use a microwave. Well, Osawa was doing the dishes. The bug detector went off again. Damn, bro. Uh-oh. Director, if you have a moment. I hate this shit. My least favorite chore of all time, though? Folding laundry. That shit's ass. I don't know why he is smiling. It's a little grimace. Tanaka poked his head into the kitchen. I've got something urgent to discuss with you. Uh-oh. Keep out! Uh-oh. That was a cliffhanger merchant moment. Guess we gotta go Achi. Not quite on. I don't. Is Achi running from the gun guy or someone else? I don't remember. A car crash was caused. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. I think you're running from the gun guy and the whatever the Turkish guy is. Okay. That was crazy. What the? Marvel as. He told me Panda. She caught her breath. Well, you know what they say. Idle feet are the devil's playthings. What? Hands. It's idle hands. Whatever. At least they'd gone away. True, that's true. But that was at like a bit ago. No, because right now Kano's in the car. And that's why I had to cause the traffic jam. Come on, let's go. Achi led the way down several twisting side streets before slowing his pace. By now, he told me he was slumped and panting heavily. He wanted to give her some time to rest, but, the freaking dude is gonna find him at all times. He looked around and spotted a multi-tenant building. The nearest door was open. Bundles of flyers. Flyers for Au Revoir, the 22nd performance by the... Don't care! We're set out near the entrance. Oh, Achi peeked inside and saw piles of plywood and painted lumber. It looked like this was a storeroom for a theater, stage props, and scenery. We can hide out in here, he said. But... He told me he hesitated, but Achi gave her a hand and a... Oh! Oh my... I read that as Achi gave her a hand and a little tug, and I was like, dog, bro. He gave her hand a little tug. It'll be fine. There's nobody around. They stepped inside the storeroom, and Achi quickly shut the door behind them. We should probably rest for a bit, he said. There was a wooden platform set up beside a large piece of plywood. For real, freaky deaky, bro. Couldn't they just, like... I don't know. Hachi picked up a magazine that had fallen on the floor and spread it out atop the platform's dusty surface. Here, now you can sit without getting your clothes dirty. Thank you. Dog, I'm not gonna lie, that's the last thing I would be caring about right now. He told me quietly, took a seat. We should probably turn off our cell phones, Hachi said. It could be really bad if they rang out at the wrong moment. Wait, okay, I have a theory. For real. For real. Maybe, maybe her hus, Tanaka, she was like, he was finding out where she was through the phone, and now the gun guy is not gonna find out. Maybe. I'll eat my words if he pulls up right here. Achi took a cursory look around. It didn't look like there was any way in or out beside the door they'd come in through. There was a single window set in the wall, but it wouldn't open far enough to let him through. What? That's actually kind of freaking creepy, bro. He told me he let out a quiet gasp. Someone was outside the storeroom. Archie put a finger to his lips and he told me to give a fearful nod. This is kind of... The window's frosted glass, blocked by any real view in or out. As long as they stayed quiet, they ought to be safe. What? This is freaking creepy, man. Whoever was outside pressed their face to the frosted glass, trying to get a glimpse inside. The blurry visage of the foreigner who'd attacked them was dimly visible. Like the man with the cane before him, this guy was quick to catch up. The man pounded on the glass. Achi swallowed the lump in his throat. If this guy got in, they had nowhere to run. Achi turned to Hitomi. What are we doing? Hurrying out or sitting tight? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Let's just sit tight. Hitomi clutched onto Achi's arm hard. That's true. It might be the method. Can I help you with something? Said a casual voice from outside. They saw their pursuer react at once, pulling back from the window. That's just our storeroom, you know, the voice added. Achi heard footsteps scattering away, slowly mailing. The kidnapper had run off. That was freaky, bruh. Achi exchanged glances with Hitomi and let out a tiny sigh. There were more voices coming from outside now. What was up with that guy? I don't know. Whatever. Let's just hurry and get stuff tidied up. Man, my throat's raw. I think he probably did, bro. I would have. Sounded like a conversation between two men. Storm door opened, and the men climbed through it. Tomonari Takaya and Taro Toga. I don't know who either of those people are. Two members of the theater troupe, the Wandering Angels. Wait, that's the flyer. That was what the flyer was. So what are we getting? Oh wait, it's a cough. Let's grab all those folding chairs over there. Yo! The producer said we're gonna need a lot more seats all of a sudden. Mr. Orai said that? Going all out for the troops' last hurrah, huh? Beats me, man. No real hurry, the men went about carting the folding chairs away. They didn't notice because he slept. Wait, he slept away. He said because he slept? Wait. Did it actually say that? Huh. No, he's just raw. They didn't notice them. Oh. Last night he slept completely naked and caught a cold. What? What? No correlation. There's there, there, like it's the picture of the one graph where like all the data is just spread all around. Like there's no what? Okay, sure. Maybe that's why my throat's bothering me. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Nobody's even operating it, and it's still drawing a ton of power. I think it's defective. Actually, need to tell me waited for the two men to finish. If they were spotted, it would probably cause a scene, and worse still, it might alert the men who were hunting them. Once they'd carried off the rest of the folding chairs, the men closed the storeroom door. The foreigner could still be somewhere nearby. Oh shit, wait, sorry, I dropped my copy of Marvel vs. Capcom. There we go. Okay. The foreigner could still be somewhere nearby, though, so I actually decided they should hide out. Ah, this blows. I want to get back out there and look for that blue Van ASAP, but Marvel vs. Capcom's goated! Wait a second. Now that's weird. Huh? The kidnappers already have the ransom money, yeah? Yeah, that's right. And then they told you that your sister was in some blue minivan? Isn't that kind of weird? What do you mean? Did you figure that your sister was in the minivan by herself? Well, yeah. If one of the kidnappers were with her, they wouldn't need to send me to go get her. Right. What, are they just cracked? Right. And yet the fact was that as soon as the kidnappers had their money, they could have just let Hitomi's sister out of the vehicle and just run off. There was no point in sending Hitomi to fetch her personally. A look of revelation dawned on Hitomi's face. Oh. That minivan had already left Oganzaka, she said. And it came back while we were there waiting for it. As she finished, he thought back to earlier running with the blue vehicle. So that inside that minivan, there had been a bunch of foreigners inside, which meant had she finished? Which means what? I feel like that may be the case. Let's just go with A. The kidnappers been trying to ambush Hitomi. They told her that her sister was in that minivan to lure her to it, and the kidnappers had been lying in wait inside. Do you think they were trying to kidnap me too? That's it. Achi clapped. Yeah, then they'd let your sister go and demand a ransom for you. And then they'd make her deliver the ransom money for your release. They'd be able to get, like, infinite ransom money by constantly abducting one twin after the other. That seems a little far-fetched. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Still, what if the kidnappers really were trying to kidnap me? Hitomi said. As in, like, they accidentally abducted the wrong twin. For real. Top 10 money hacks that they don't want you to know about. I mean, I guess that would have been easy to botch up. I know, bro. That would imply that they wanted me specifically, and not my sister. Oh, true. That is possible. That is an agitate, also, bro. Hitomi paused briefly and thought. Maybe you're hotter than your sister or something? Dog. Bro. Pack it up, Achi. You just dropped the whole thing. Hitomi shook her head. That can't be it. If anything, it's the other way around. Compared to my sister, I'm just... Whoa, hey, stop right there! I know. Achi had to interrupt her. You're not just anything. Please don't. I'm just... Now's not the time, Achi, bro. Tears had welled up in Hitomi's eyes. Why? Why'd this have to happen to her? Why not me? Oh, hey, come on, don't cry. I'm sorry. What? Cheer up. It's like that song says. Don't just stand there. Wipe those tears away. That one. You know it? The Snoop Dogg song? For real. Is that Ayakamiki? Yeah, that's the one. Everything is be alright. Put your hands in mine. Every single bee's a light. I like how in this universe, this is the only song ever. It's just this one song, bruh. Huh? You know? Every single bee is a light. No way. He told me let out a giggle. Everything will be alright. It does not say everything will be alright, bro. It does not say everything will be alright. Huh? You got the lyrics wrong. It's everything will be alright. No, you got it wrong too. For real, just the one song. It's everything is be alright, bruh. Alright. Yeah, I guess that makes more sense, I guess. Archie's mouth curled into a sheepish smile. Yeah. These people don't know what they're talking about. Ask Osawa, bruh. He knows. He knows. Alright. I think we laid low enough. I think we should be on our way. He's about to get to his feet when he heard voices outside the store. These walls look like the ones I make in dreams, bruh. Like drifting a dream. Every single bee's alright. That's so tough. Yikes, that was pretty careless of us. Yeah, we definitely gotta watch it. Wait, what? I think I missed. Oh, there's more voices. The theater guys. Nothing about them being naked this time. Wait, what? The theater guys from earlier had returned, and they sounded a bit panicked. Heard folks been messing with the storeroom a bunch recently. Ugh! Yo! And did you hear who's behind it? Some juvenile delinquents. SOS! Like a gang? Wow, that takes me way back. Alright, let's hurry on back. I just rushed over to the door. Tried turning the knob, but the door wouldn't budge. Oh, come on, are you freaking kidding me? Freaking Street Fighter reference. He paced frantically around the room, pulling at his hair. There probably will be a moment later where, SOS you have to make a choice about SOS. SOS, you have to choose. The only words of the song I know, because, well, same with everything is be alright, bruh. We're locked in. That door was the only way in or out. Aichi and Hitomi were well and truly trapped inside the storeroom. This is all my fault, Aichi said. It was my idea to hide in here. He bowed to Hitomi. We're never gonna be able to find that blue minivan now. Guess we'll have to get someone on the outside to help us. Uh-oh, she's gonna call up the Huz. She scowled thoughtfully. They powered their phones back on in order to call for help. The big question was who they could possibly ask. You tell me, anyone you can reach out to? Mr. Tanaka. No! Aichi, bro, you're cooked! You're cooked. Tanaka, right. This song is tough. The suggestion didn't exactly thrill Aichi. He had no idea what this Tanaka guy was like. Aichi's not getting it, bruh. Hopefully, he was the dependable sort who'd actually show up to the rescue then. But somehow, that thought made Aichi feel even worse. Aichi had someone he figured he could call, but he hesitated, uncertain. There had been a time when they trusted this guy more than anyone, when they'd bailed each other out of countless jams. Nowadays, though, things were different. Tomi gave Aichi a puzzled look as he sat lost in thought. Right, because I don't have much of a choice. Aichi scrolled through the contacts list on his cell phone. He found a name he thought he'd never call again. Susumu. Is there not anyone else you couldn't call his dad? Yo, Aichi, is that you? SOS! Susumu's voice was low and guarded. Look, I got a favor to ask you. I'm in a real bind here. Huh? Like, things are ridiculously bad. I thought maybe you could help me out a little bit. You seriously thought I'd help you? Susumu's words were like ice. You messing with me or something, man? Now he sounded a touch angry as well. Painful memories flashed before Achi's eyes. Right then, sorry to bug you, just forget it. But Susumu hung up before Achi was even finished talking. No dice. She looked back at him, her expression a mirror of his own. What should we do? Huh. What should we do? Guess we're back to Mr. Tanaka. Do they only know 2 people? Guess so. You want to go ahead then? That is so freaking tragic. His old day 1. He told me tried calling him repeatedly, but Tanaka didn't pick up. What could have happened? She muttered under her breath. At the bottom, it says Tanaka-san. I know that because it's one of the first things they teach you in Duolingo. And I did like 4 lessons. Yeah, he's busy making eggs with freaking Kajiwara. Yo, what's that at the top of the screen? Yo? Do you think maybe the kidnappers found out that Mr. Tanaka and I had been in contact? Wait. Huh. Probably. Achi shrugged. It looked like they were just going to need to find some way out of here on their own. And then maybe look for the minivan themselves. Achi strode over to the door and grabbed hold of the knob. Wait, it actually is going to be the bad ending because he's cooking. He tried giving it a good sturdy pull. No good. The thing won't even budge. Door opens outward. Wait, really? Still didn't open. He kicked it. Oh ho! The door wasn't nearly as sturdy as he expected. I think I can make this work. He backed up to getting a running start. Oh my yeah! Oh, never mind. We're good. That was way too easy. Dog. There was nobody in sight. Looks like we're in the clear. But Hitomi didn't come out, nor did she reply. Hitomi? Oh, what the hell? She had her phone in her hand, still trying to get in touch with Tanaka. With a tiny sigh, Achi leaned against the wall and waited for her to finish. Well? For real, it's... They're like freaking angst. Doesn't look like I'm gonna have any luck, she said. You know we can leave now, right? Are you still holding out hope for your Mr. Tanaka? It's not that, I'm just a little worried. Oh yeah? Okie dokie then. I'll just wait around here. Okay, I'll be right with you. Uh-huh. Achi just slimed himself out right at this point. Oh crap. By the time Achi finished processing the thought, he already got laid out. His jaw hit the asphalt hard. He bit the tip. The taste of blood filled his mouth. The freaking bros Yamcha. Wait. He was done for. All the energy drained from his body, his mind whirled. His vision grew hazy. He began to drift from consciousness. For real. Back when he'd run with Susumu and others, he never let himself be exposed to a surprise. There were plenty of times when he'd not had this happen. Guess I let myself go soft, bro. Achi grimaced inwardly, muttering in a voice no one but him could hear. He told me, I'm so sorry. This one's on Hitomi, bro. What was she doing? Alright, so Tanaka's not gonna be cooking. Let's, yeah, for real. Okay. Because you appeared in... Goodness, you are remarkably understocked. I don't really know. Is it gonna make me go through all of this again? Oh my days. Wait, unless... No. It's really just gonna make me go through it all. Usually it doesn't. I guess because there's like extra dialogue and such. Huh. Bro. Achi's cooked. He's never getting the huzz. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, for real. Alright, I think we laid low enough. Think we should be on our way? Okay, wait, let me... This is all my fault. It's my idea to hide out here in the first place. Guess we'll have to call someone. I don't know why it's making me go through this again. Oh, it's actually... The second they turn on their phone, a call? Oh? That's mean. She took a look at the LCD display. It's an email from Mr. Tanaka. She has a ringtone for emails? What? Alright, sure. Everything is beyond... Oh, okay. Hitomi began typing out a response with practiced ease. More wild delusions. Wild delusions, bro, I know what wild... No! Yeah, Achi's cooked, bruh. Stealing a quick glance at Hitomi, he noticed her gazing happily at her phone screen. His delusions ran even more wild. Bro. Fantasizing about her with another guy. Crazy. While he was still fretting furiously, Hitomi finished typing a response. So, what'd you wind up saying? Achi asked. I know. You must got the freaking crazy game, bruh. I explained the situation. They were trapped in a storeroom, got some guys chasing after you, and you're looking for some van. Yeah, I also asked him to please keep this a secret from my family and the police. Whoever this Tanaka guy was, he told me sure seemed to put a lot of trust in him. A short while later, Hitomi's phone chimed with a reply. She checked the screen in a flash. What are we doing? Are we being nonchalant or are we inquiring? Okay. Hachi couldn't help but ask, so what's that Tanaka guy have to say? He says he's gonna try to find the minivan for us. Huh? If he just comes and lets us out, I can go look for it myself. Yeah, true. He says he wants us to hide out here a little longer. What the hell? Seriously? He says that if someone's after me, it's safer to stay where we are. Yeah, I'm out of the running. Hachi thought to himself. This Tanaka was clearly pretty concerned for her. And there was really only one reason a middle-aged man would think like that. What? wait, that reminds me of the freaking, what is it, like Psyche K or whatever the anime's called, where he's like, my dad died jumping in front of a truck to save a little girl. And the guy's like, maybe he liked little girls. That's what this feels like, bruh. Like the, yeah, that's what this feels like. The only reason a middle-aged man would be concerned about his coworker's daughter is because he wants to tap that, bruh. Like, what is this logic? That was about his own dad, bruh. Oh, man. He turned his own phone off and slumped back in a hug. Like, yeah, that's what I was thinking too, bruh. After 20 more minutes in the storeroom, the two were sitting in silence. Like you run out of things to talk about. Do you think you'll ever be friends again? You and that one guy, Susumu, I think it was. That was the moment. He told me his question caught Achi off guard. He stammered, unsure how to respond. Well, I'm just remembering right now, I had a dream last night that I, like, put Q-tips into my ears and, like, just pulled out freaking, like, globs of blood. What the... Why am I just remembering that? Like, it just flashed into my mind. He told me, shook his head. I'm so sorry. I barely know you. That was insensitive of me. No, it's alright. I mean, sometimes I wish things could go back to the way they used to be. He let out a tiny sigh. It was just in my dream. I just kind of, until now, I'm just realizing, like, it just felt like that was just something that happened. Like it's like, damn, I can't believe that happened. It didn't happen. It was, oh, Kiryu! Oh! What the Kiryu guys... Yeah, for real. Yeah, Achi's cooked, bro. At least Kazuma Kiryu's up here, bro. He let out a tiny sigh. What the Kiryu guy said was the truth. I was the guy who founded SOS. Do you know what I mean by that? Yutomi gave a slight nod. I mean, I never wanted to be in charge of a gang or anything. But if I knew that I knew that if I left SOS, but I knew that if I left SOS would just fall apart. And I didn't want everyone else to get all caught up over who would take my place, you know? So I thought long and hard, looking for a way for folks to stay friends even after I was gone. The loud voice echoed through the SOS chamber. Yeah, true. He's known her for, let's see, how many hours? Like 3, 4? Yeah. Oh wait, that's exactly what you said. It cut off. But yeah, 3 or 4. What do you mean, you're leaving? Susumu was positively red in the face. You're our founder, Achi. You can't just up and quit. Susumu had been almost like a younger brother to Achi. If anyone was going to try to stop him, it would be him. Look, I'm not gang leader material. All I've been trying to do is make sure we're all able to have fun. That's not true. Think about all that stuff you taught us. Don't you remember? Every man gets to make one request in his life that cannot be denied. What? Those are your words, Achi. What? For real? For... Wait, okay, what? Every man gets to make one request in his life that cannot be denied? Those are horrible words, bro. Did I say that? It's the heaviest thing you've ever said. That sounds, yeah, like... Yeah, then to Achi's consternation, Susumu got down on his hands and knees. I'm begging you, please don't leave. Without you, SOS is nothing. This is like freaking Cleveland Cavaliers LeBron James, bruh. For real. Achi could feel his conviction waver. I'm begging you here from one man to another. This is my one request. For real. Oh, okay. Susumu. I'm sorry. Achi could barely croak out the words. I'm leaving you in charge. You can't! Don't say that. Hachi turned his back to him in silence. Please, Hachi, why won't you listen? I can't possibly beg any harder than this. Enough with all the request nonsense. What? Look at you. Down on your hands and knees like that. Pathetic. I know what pathetic means. Hachi spoke as harshly as he could, fighting to mask his true feelings. I'm fed up with you. All of you. For real. For real. With each word out of his mouth, Hachi felt his own heart breaking. But if he could make the others hate him, at least it would give SOS a reason to stay together. How can you say that? Don't you try and pull that crap. Susumu's tone had changed from sadness to anger. Fine then, he railed him. What? Oh, you railed? I'm never asking you for anything again. I'll do what you want. I'll take the reins of SOS. Hachi walked away, waving vaguely without looking back. Good luck, I mean it. Once he'd stepped out of the pool hall, he wiped his sleeve across his face. He came away wet with tears. Yeah, for real. Sometimes I think that maybe I could apologize to those guys and we could get back to the good old days again. For real. But that's never gonna happen. Not unless Suzune gets better. He stared into the distance at nothing. At least he'd sorted out how he felt about his former pals. Is there nothing that can help your sister? No! She needs a heart transplant. And the problem with heart transplant... Okay, I know what a heart transplant is. Is that... timing is tricky. Even if there's a donor available, the transplant has to be performed within 4 hours. Or things get dicey. Oh wow, I didn't realize. Someone with a heart that's a match for Suzune would need to die somewhere near her. Somewhere they could perform the surgery within that 4-hour window. Yeah, they are. They are real. The odds of that happening are so small. It would almost be a miracle. Which is what my sister's been waiting for. They are really hard to pull off though, and the person has to be like dead. So it's like you got to transplant a heart from a dead person to another person within a short period, which I guess it's 4 hours. I'm not certain on that, but it is kind of crazy. Like, imagine you're freaking living with someone else's heart, bruh. Like, that would be crazy. Hachi thumped the left side of his chest. If my heart would do the trick, I'd gladly let her have it. Damn it! And I've got a strong heart, too. Hachi, that's not how it works. You can't you can't just... Okay, whatever. Sweet, though. He thumped himself on the chest again and again. For real. He didn't mention it to Hitomi, but his blood type made finding her a heart... But Suzune's blood type made finding her a heart transplant even more difficult. Yeah, she had that Bombay blood. Type of blood that does not correspond to the more common ABO or AB. First discovered in the city of Bombay, now Mumbai, on India's west coast. Right. I don't even know my blood type. It was one of the rarest blood types in the world. Right. Like in high school, there was a thing we could get it tested, but I mean, Maybe Achi is Indian, bruh. It's been just freaking revealed right now. It would need to be from someone who also had Bombay blood. But anyway, yeah, they did this test in high school, but I didn't want to like get my blood freaking dropped or whatever. I probably could figure it out though, because I had to get lab checked for they wanted to check for bloodborne diseases. They didn't want to. I wanted to. Actually, he told me it sounded like she was on the verge. So they've ripped my blood, bro. He told me it sounded like she was on the verge of tears. Wow, she must really feel bad for Suzune. If you did manage to find a heart for your sister, what would you do? What do you mean? Say, if you happen to cross someone who was a donor match, I'd kill him. I would do anything. Anything? Yeah, whatever it took. I'd risk my own life if it meant helping Suzune. I mean, at that point, I'd assume God had granted me a miracle or something, you know? Mr. Tanaka. Let's jump! For real. Conveniently, Hitomi got the Bombay blood, bruh. Director, if you have a moment... Tanaka poked his face into the kitchen. I've got something urgent to discuss with you. Yes, of course. Osawa took the bug tracker from his pocket and handed it back to Kajiwara. I won't be needing this anymore. These shots are... As soon as they had left the kitchen, Tanaka leaned in close and whispered to him. I got an email from Hitomi. He showed his cell phone to Osawa. Looks like my sister's being held captive in a blue minivan somewhere in Shibuya. But that man is still chasing me, so I can't really go looking for it. A blue minivan? Allow me to handle it, sir. I'll figure something out. Osawa knew he trusted Tanaka for a reason. Thank you, he said with a bow. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know any place she might have gone, do you, sir? What? It's just that all she's told me is that she's been moving around. I'm sorry. I don't really have any idea, Osawa replied. He was ashamed to say it. There wasn't a single place he knew of where his daughter might be inclined to go. I see. Tanaka, picking up on his discomfort, was visibly embarrassed himself. He hastened to change the subject. By the way, how did you talk with Mr. Makinoka? I confirmed that he was behind the human testing, but I don't know who sent me those emails. Tanaka paused for a moment in thought, looking like he might have a hunch. Alright then, he said. We'll have to talk in more detail later. With that, the assistant director headed for the front door. Mr. Osawa? Kajiwara spoke from the kitchen door, peeping in on me again. Osawa grumbled. Thankfully, it didn't appear that the detective had overheard his conversation with Tanaka. And good grief, that thing is noisy. If it's broken, why don't you just throw it out? The sound from the bug tracker grew fainter and fainter. Something wasn't right. Osawa now realized. Mr. Osawa, Kajiwara said, this is my bug tracker. So? Osawa huffed. What I mean is, sir, this one isn't broken. What the freak is this song? What? Chill ran up Osawa's spine. For real, he swallowed audibly. I pinpointed the source of the signal, Kajiwara said. It's coming from Mr. Tanaka. No, Osawa thought. I must have misheard that. Hold on, say that again? I've located the source of the signal. It's coming from Mr. Tanaka, the detective repeated. This time Osawa heard him crystal clear. Mr. Tanaka is a listening device on him. Osawa felt the blood draining from his face. if someone had been listening in on the conversation just now, then they'd heard about the email from Hitomi. Uh-oh. If the kidnappers were the ones listening, that meant Maria's life was now in danger. I'll go after him, sir. Kajiwara broke into a sprint. Osawa followed close behind. Oh, shit. We're getting to where it gets crazy. The next hour, I think, is crazy mode. Alright. Hitomi's voice was barely a squeak. I'm about to sneeze. Okay, here it comes. Okay. For a moment, all was silent. Maybe it's just a cat. Do we jump again? I mean, we got it, right? Wait. The keep out didn't break. Is it just gonna keep out again? Bro, why can't we just find out? Wait, back to Achi. Maybe it's just a cat. Doorknob rattled ominously. You really think that's Tanaka? Achi asked. I'm not sure. If it were him, I think I'd probably say something. He'd probably say something. Achi grabbed Hitomi's hand. We'd better hide. The two of them slipped behind a large piece of wood. Yeah, I mean, our color's done. Oh! The door swung open with a loud creak. In stepped the cat. Oh, it's just a kitty cat. A giant kitty cat walking upright. Achi and Hitomi stared in confusion as someone in a cat costume slipped in the room. No freaking way, bruh. There's something vaguely sinister about the fuzzy figure. The cat had both hands stuffed into its pockets, and it shuffled. Probably. Shuffled as it walked, dragging one leg. You think that's someone with the theater troupe? Achi whispered. Oh shit. Maybe. This could be, yeah, someone could have put on the costume. Wait. Oh shit. I think so. The two huddled in shadows pressed cheek to cheek. Ooh. They watched as the cat rifled around inside one of its pockets and then pulled something out. It was a bundle of keys. No doubt the ones it had used to get inside. Achi's eyes fixed on the furry that held them. It was stained dark red. Did someone just start murdering in the freaking costume? That could be only one thing. Blood. In that moment, Achi finally realized just what was going on. That's no theater guy. It was the assassin. He'd used the catsuit to slip past the theater people and had somehow gotten his hands on the storm keys. True time of boxing. Now he tossed the keys away, then delicately adjusted the costume's wobbly head. He told me we gotta run. Huh? He told me he seemed frozen, mesmerized. What? The cat turned directly toward them. The fur around its mouth was stained crimson. Dog! Hitomi let out a high-pitched cry. The cat drew its other hand out of its pocket. Clutched in its mitt was a gun. I don't know. Literally, Sonic EXE actually knew that we had nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. That was a bad ending. Okay. So Tama. Wait, what do I actually do? Oh, right here. I gotta keep the cat suit. It's not worth the struggle. Guess the cat's staying in the bag. A popular... Okay. I figure I'll head to the knick-knack shop as is. Bro! Wait, maybe now, the jump will work. Sometimes I think that maybe I could apologize to those guys. Okay, wait. I've already... Maybe not, I don't know. Mr. Tanaka. Tommy's voice was barely squeak. For a moment, all was silent. Maybe it's just a cat. Should I try jumping again? Let's try it. Hey! It worked. The sales demo was over, and against all odds, I managed to get paid. Money clutched in one paw, I head to the knick-knack shop to finally buy that necklace I can't stop thinking about. Hello? Anyone there? There's no reply. Is the shopkeeper out? Nah, just a moment. Panting, the sales clerk comes scurrying into the shop behind me. Sorry about that, just had to pop out for a sec. Phew. You would not believe what I just saw. He leans against the pillar, gasping audibly as he tries to catch his breath. Ah, you're here about that necklace. Do you still have it? Of course. Thank you so much. I have half the money here and the rest is in my... Oh. I suddenly remember something very important. Yeah, for real. Oh no. The sales clerk gives me a curious look. What's the matter? My wallet, it's still in here. I pat the costume around the tummy. So why don't you just take the outfit off? Well, I mean, the zipper's kind of broken. I wouldn't be having all this trouble if I could just get out of this darn costume. Kind of broken? It's way more broken than that. The sales clerk points me to a full-body mirror. He's right, the zipper in bag is hanging open. Taking this thing off will be a cinch now. Oh, thank you. I give him a bow. I'm not sure you need to be thanking me, he says. No, I do. If you haven't pointed that out, I might have let myself stay stuck in here forever. So really, thank you so much. I bow again and again. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Bruh. He's Japanese. Alright, now we can finish Achi's finally. And we're almost to the next hour, so close. Mr. Tanaka, Okay. Well, I've read this 8 million times at this point. Oh my days. Suddenly someone hit the door hard. It sounded like they were trying to break the lock. Is that... It looks like there's like blood on the window. Was that there before? I don't remember. You really think that's Tanaka? Echi asked. I'm not sure. If it were him, I think he'd probably say something. Echi grabbed Hitomi's hand. We'd better hide. The two of them slipped behind a large piece of plywood stage dressing. That, you could like see a face. The door swung open with a loud oh my... It's freaking Kane, man. In stepped the man with the cane. What the heck? What's he doing here? Gun drawn, the assassin prowled slowly around the storeroom. Achi and Hitomi crouched behind the plywood prop, trying not to make a sound. The man moved out of their line of sight. Achi gazed longingly at the door. Achi risked a peek around the corner of the plywood. No, why did he do that? I guess probably, yeah. It's gotta be that. Yeah. He still couldn't see the man with the cane. The door was maybe 5 meters away. Or, Hitomi's phone has a tracking on it, maybe. One of the two. What should they do? Make a run for it or wait? Everything is be alright. Okay, let's make a run for it. Achi took a firm grip on Hitomi's hand. They heard the sound of a cell phone vibrating from behind a tall piece of plywood. The assassin stepped out from behind it. If they'd made a run for it, they'd probably have bumped right into him. That was a close one. Achi wiped away a few beads of cold sweat. I'm sure this is the place. His voice was low and confident. Uh-oh, did he have friends? Still clutching his phone, the assassin wandered deeper into the storeroom. I don't know. Achi and Hitomi took the opportunity to slip out of the door. They ran through the alleyway back to the main road. They were cut off by one of the foreigners who chased them earlier. Oh man! He stood waiting for them, holding a knife in one hand. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. If they turned back, Achi knew the man with the cane might catch up with them. And he had a gun! Achi slipped off his sleeveless jacket and wrapped around his left arm. He was gonna have to use his left arm to guard against the knife while punching with his right! He clenched his fist and braced himself. And then he froze. Huh? A small dark silhouette dropped from somewhere up above. Landing deftly, the newcomer lunged toward the man with the knife, closing that gap between them in the blink of an eye. Ugh! The figure delivered a swift chop to the back of the man's neck. Is it Susumu? He dropped to the pavement like a dead man, finally giving Achi a clear view of the shadow behind him. Oh. Oh? That's not Susumu. Achi couldn't believe his eyes. It was a small-statured young woman with Middle Eastern features. Hitomi let out a little gasp. Kanan? Oh, shit! Cliffhanger Merchant! Back at it, bruh. Bruh. Okay, we just gotta fix Kano's bad ending. I don't remember. I don't know, but I know it's the name of the anime. Someone can do something at 1340. Achi? Or is it Minorikawa? No. Achi? What? Oh shit, it did. Is it this? Oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't listen to the survey. Nothing came to mind. Thank you for your time. If you'll excuse me, I have to get to another interview. It's no trouble, I'm heading out now. Gotta run before those guys show up. What do you mean? Oh, nobody. Just a personal thing. They parted ways outside the cafe and Minorikawa headed off to put an article together. Oh, perfect timing. For real. Okay, wait, is this the, Hey, that changed Kano somehow. For real. Oh, maybe Yanagashida's got something to do with it now. Almost as soon as it did, however, Stanley had to slam on the brakes. A frantic-looking man had jumped out in the front of the car. Whoa, hey, what the hell are you doing? The stranger plastered his face against the passenger side window. Open up, he shouted. Open the door! The guy showed every sign of total panic. Don't do it, Stanley warned. Kano hesitated. It wasn't like they could just drive off with this fellow clinging to his car. Please, you gotta help me. The man slipped his fingers through the gap in the window, trying to force it further open. Help me. Whoa, hold on, what's your deal? Just tell me what... Help me. Look up ahead. Kano whipped his head around. There, walking along the sidewalk ahead, was Al Karwan, very much not in custody. What the hell? Kano tried to jump out of the car, but the frantic stranger had gotten his upper body wedged into the window, and the door without it wouldn't open. Stanley, his usual steely expression replaced with a look of shock, exited on the driver's side, went after Al Karwan himself. Kano shot at the man in the window. Stanley, wait! Seriously, knock it off. And suddenly the man was yanked back through the window. Wait. Wait, what is... It looks like the window's rolled up. And then he's still, like, through it. But maybe the part above is a screen. And the window's rolled down. I think that's probably it. No, I can't do 80 days hard labor. 80 days? That's not even... Somehow he's still managing to cling to the car door. Just give it up and let it go already. The pair shifted their grip and pulled even harder. I guess so. Kinda heard the sound of tearing fabric as the two toughs tumbled backwards. Dog, are we for... Bro. Why is the dude on the left low-key enjoying it, bruh? The dude on the right is freaking soy jack. What is even going on here? And they're they're very much photoshopped into the shot, bruh. Like they're so tiny. And he just got the cartoon-ass boxes. Just like that, the crazy stranger was stripped down to his boxes. He let up at the... Oh, man! The two toughs burst into uproarious laughter at the sight. Now's our chance! They genuinely had him walk in freaking underwear for a scene, bruh. The pantsless man snatched his ruined garments and bolted like a startled hare. Okay, I know what running means. Still cackling madly, his two pursuers rushed after him. Kano was still staring dumbstruck at the spectacle when Stanley returned to the car. No luck, I lost track of him. That doesn't make sense, Kano said, forcing himself to refocus on the case. All Carwin was taken back to the precinct. What's he doing walking free? Stanley gave him a dubious look. Have you seriously not figured it out? Or is this some kind of strange Japanese joke I'm not getting? What are you talking about? Do you know something I don't? Evidently, I do. Your detective Tatsuno let him go on purpose. That's the only explanation. Did he just throw a punch? Connor took a swing at him. But Stanley coolly caught his fist. It's not me you should be punching, the American warned. It's Tatsuno. I don't know. Abashed, Kano radioed. Yeah, Kano was washed. Kano radioed up on Kuze on the wireless. Sir, did Tatsuno bring Tariq Al-Karwan into the precinct? It would appear that Detective Tatsuno has gone rogue, Kuze replied with chagrin. He what? Surely Kano had misheard. We received an eyewitness account. Someone saw him allowing the suspect to go free. No, it can't be. We currently do not know Detective Tatsuno's whereabouts. Or just what the hell is going on with him. After Kano ended the call, Stanley let out a low chuckle. I see. Looks like you had a traitor in your midst. Kano grabbed him by the collar. Stanley snarled, what are you trying to pull here? Tell me what you know. All I did is state the facts. Look, I watched that man risk his life to talk down a would-be arsonist. He's a dyed-in-the-wool detective. He'd never betray anybody. I see. Then he's the real deal. Kano stared in surprise. He'd expected an argument. Good, he said. I'm glad we're on the same page. Bro, freaking Kano's a Tatsuno glazer, bruh. Tatsuno risked his life in order to get people to trust him. He's a dyed-in-the-wool spy is what he is. Kano didn't have the words. He clenched his fist, trembling once more. He fumbled over his cell phone again. He dialed Tatsuno's number. The phone rang 5 times and failed to connect. Is he at 2%? There has to be a reason for this, Kano muttered. Tatsuno must know something we don't. Really now? And what makes you so sure of that? For real. He's freaking insane glazing, bro. Because Detective Tatsuno was sure this kidnapping wasn't about the ransom. Kano's mind drifted back to the 9 o'clock that morning. To 9 o'clock. Ahead of their stakeout at the Scramble, he was walking with Tatsuno through the halls of the Shibuya precinct. We're going to do a bang-up job out there, Detective Tatsuno, he chirped. He was maybe a bit too excited about getting to take part in such a major case. Tatsuno patted Kano on the back. You need to take a step back. You're not letting yourself see the forest or the trees. What do you mean, sir? What I mean is that this is no ordinary kidnapping. Tatsuno's words triggered a little revelation. You're talking about the location for the ransom handoff, aren't you? It doesn't make sense for the criminal to pick such a major intersection. Warmer? Tatsuno replied. He'd been so sure that was the answer. Have you thought about why they asked to have the sister make the handoff? Kano thought some more before answering. Because women are easier to deal with? Colder. If that was the case, why not pick the mother? No, what worries me is the fact that the Osawa girls are twins. They're having us send someone to the handoff who looks identical to the girl they kidnapped. I know, he's stupid. What's gonna happen when we do that? What is gonna happen, sir? Kano asked. I'm not sure yet, but I have a feeling the kidnapper's plan hinges on it. The two exited through the precinct's main entrance. Up ahead, rows of buildings stood tall against the backdrop of the bright blue sky. Tatsuno let out a quiet sigh. To think that so many terrible things are happening out there on such a beautiful day. Solve one case and another's waiting, he went on, as always. What is it about people that drives them to do such horrible things? A girl abducted out of pure greed? When I think of how her parents must feel, I almost can't bear it. They made their way toward the Scramble. Tatsuno continued talking in a quiet voice. For real. Bro might be brilliant. My father was a raging alcoholic. The house was always a complete mess. He was loud, violent, never had any money, always reeked of booze. My mother, she would cry and cry. I was afraid to come home. Every day I stayed out playing as late as I could possibly manage. Kano could hear the pain in Tatano's voice. That life took so much toll of my mother. She died when I was still in grade school. And my father, he just got worse. I was there with him at the end, after he'd wasted away to almost nothing. Not the sort of childhood I'd ever wish on anybody. Sounds like you really went through a lot. Kano hated himself for uttering such an empty platitude, but he had no idea what else to say. Kano, as old as I am, I still don't really know what it is to be happy. I think that's probably because I've never known what it's like to have a happy family. Tatano sounded so forlorn. The only happiness I know is how to protect is other people's happiness. Kano heard in those words the soul of a true something. I just hope you're ready. Kano did his best to keep his voice as calm as level as he could, lifting up his clenched fist. Freaking Stanley might go, bro. Look at him. Because if I find proof that Tatano is innocent, I'm planting this right into your jaw. Stanley just cracked a wry smile. Traffic had finally diminished, and they rapidly drew close to their destination. The syndicate's hangout was in Tomigawa, to the southwest of Yoyogi Park. Yeah, for real. Stanley, I see you trying not to laugh, bruh. The ratty building looked like it might come crashing down at any minute. The Black Lodge sign out front looked deliberately ominous. Kano knew the place as a bar frequented by expats from various countries, as well as hotbed for criminal. Anyway, I've done this part already. You back me up. Glock. Okay. At the end of the hallway was a wooden door. Stanley signaled with his eyes. Kano gave a tiny nod and Stanley kicked the door in. Okay, the bodies are still there. There were nearly a dozen bodies sprawled out across the floor. You recognized them all. They were the men who handed up the cases. Stanley took a closer look. The blood's not fully dried. These guys were killed not that long ago. Kano quickly scanned the bar high and low, but there's no sign of a killer. No trace of Maria either. One of the fallen men let out a faint, strained groan. Hey! Stay with us! He hunched down beside the wounded man. A brief gurgle rose from the man's throat. He was clearly struggling to say something, but his voice was too garbled, too indistinct for Kano to make out any coherent words. Cut on. What was that? There was no more. The dying man went limp and still. Oh shit. Breaking gun, yeah. Yo! The freaking time lapse, bro. Maria! Yo! Bro, why has she got the freaking The aura pose, bruh. Come on. Alright. Who are we rolling with? For real. She hit the nonchalant. Achi hit the nonchalant. Kano hit the chalant. Bro, like father, like daughter, bruh. Freaking, they both hit the... Yeah, for real. She posed freaking tough. Achi posed tough, too. Osawa think he tough. Yeah, for real. And his goofy ass pants, bruh. His pants and shoes are the same exact thing. Look at them. Alright, who we picking? Who we picking? We got a lot of cliffhangers. Okay. Boom. Into Osawa we go. I do not want others intruding into my domain. Accordingly, I do not intrude on others. That is how I've lived my life. That is how I've forged my sense of calm. But something has begun to drive me mad. The boundaries between myself and others have started to collapse. This song again, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I will become something other than myself. And that is one thing I fear I could never be. Oh no, you don't! Kajiwara tackled Tanaka as he strode forward to the door. The two men collapsed in a heap at the front of the entryway. Hey! What are you doing? Hold still. Kajiwara ran his bug track over Tanaka's body. It began beeping loudly. Aha! It's a listening device. Tanaka's face went pale. Where did you get this? Well... Tanaka trailed off into silence. I gave it to him. Bow! Bro, it was I. It appeared on the second floor landing. Yeah, I guess so. You were listening in? So I asked brokenly. Man, would you mind explaining this? For once he seemed deadly serious. I was barely able to hear a thing. That's what I get for going with something so cheap. Bro. I held out a dangling earpiece. When and where did you get that? Earlier today, when I left to do some shopping. And, why did you plant a listening device on Mr. Tanaka? That's what I want to know. Why would you do this, Mrs. Osawa? He was trembling. You were outside emailing someone earlier, weren't you, Mr. Tanaka? I saw you from the window. Emailing? Kajiwara looked into Tanaka's face. I nodded. He came back into the house shortly afterward, and I asked him where he'd gone. And what do you think he said? She was practically gloating. Playing to her little audience, she began stalking down the stairs. He said he'd gone to check on something at the lab. Despite the fact that he was out in the yard there, fiddling with his phone the whole time. So I figured if I bugged him, he might show his true colors and... Enough. Osawa cut his wife off. Tanaka had been emailing Hitomi, of course, but he couldn't reveal that now. I think I get what happened here, Kajiwara imposed. He folded his arms. Your wife thought that Mr. Tanaka was in contact with the kidnappers, and so she planted a listening device on him. The detective peered at Tanaka. Who are you emailing, sir? Yes, that's right. For real, she don't give a shit. Show us your phone, Mr. Tanaka. Let's see what you were really up to. Or is there some reason you don't want to show us? Osawa started to panic. If the police checked that cell phone, they'd find the emails from Hitomi. And if the kidnapper somehow found out about that, Maria's life would be in danger. But I was still relentlessly advancing on Tanaka. I stop this! Darling? She turned to him in surprise. Tanaka was sending emails on my behalf. Bro, what's with the loud-ass clock? I asked him to do it. And just who was he emailing? It was... He needed to think of a lie fast. It was Pretty Honey? What? It was Pretty Honey. The room went silent. I don't know. Wait, what did you say? Kajiwara asked after a long moment. Honey. Osawa replied meekly. My apologies. I didn't quite catch that one. One more time? Pretty Honey. Osawa's voice was scarcely audible. Pretty Honey, I asked, sounding ashamed on his behalf. Who's that? Of all the names he might have chose, why had he picked that one? Who is it, sir? Kajiwara demanded. He regarded Osawa's face keenly. A personal associate of mine. You wouldn't know them. But why I asked Tanaka to send the message? Don't you have a computer in your study? Can you have sent the emails yourself? My computer was having problems. I'm not sure what the issue was. The point is, there's no reason to worry about the emails. Now, I assume we're done here. I need Tanaka to run some errands for me. With that, Osawa opened the front door. Tanaka gave him a quick bow and headed out the door. Hey, wait. I started to go after him. Just calm down, Osawa barred the way. There's no way he's connected to the kidnappers, can't you see that? His voice cracked and shuddered at a sudden rush. There, sir. She's just deeply worried about your daughter. I turned around and marched back upstairs. She don't give a shit about them, bruh. But still, if she's that worried, giving a tie clip. I know what a tie clip is. As a gift seems a bit... Kajiwara's muttering trailed off. What do you mean? Nothing. Not important. The detective waved a hand dismissively, but there had been a definite note of suspicion in his voice. Well, back to work. Bro, freaking Tanaka's got his whole family wrapped around his finger, bro. Everyone's simping for him, even Osawa. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back. I'm back. I tried to grab some snacks, but I have no freaking food, bruh. Like, no food. But, I have like a few pretzels. Some what? Pretzels? Mmm. Mmm. Wait. Alright, whatever. Oh, British candy. British. Only British candy. No, I've had a few other. I've had a decent chunk of British candy. Okay. That's all I turned to said, so I can do. I have 3 sticks of cheese. That's all I have. The Ayakamika fan form. 4 people, 40 and over, was still open on his monitor. This MF is crazy, bro. Damn. No cheese? Look at this guy, he's got no cheese! Oh. He loaded a page inside his earlier thread had gotten a reply. It was from Pretty Honey. Connor's girlfriend. For real. Pretty Honey's a big contributor to Osawa. I'm opposed to the idea of Ayakamike expanding into America. She should be able to enjoy the success she's earned in Japan without having to struggle overseas. Aya has done so much for us. I'd like her to keep supporting Japan forever. What? The message was festooned with the sort of emoticons that a young girl might use. That's how you know it's a 40-year-old man, bro. Oh, Pretty Honey claimed to be a 19-year-old female college student. Although the community was meant for Ayakamike fans 40 and over, the settings allowed anyone. The only young woman among the members, however, was Pretty Honey. Oh, man. By the way, have you tried the Aya fortune teller yet? There's a link below. Fortune telling, huh? Here's a video. What? Kinda lucky. Does it change every time? I'm getting new fortune. No, it's always kinda lucky. Kinda lucky. Okay. Should he ask it whether Maria was safe? Is Maria safe? Dog. The Ayakamiki fortune teller site is not. If it gave him a good answer, he'd believe it. This guy is genuinely stupid. If he was a good answer, he'd believe it. If it was a bad answer, he wouldn't. Might be worth a shot. You click the link, and the fortune teller came up. It asks you to enter your birth date and sex, and then Ayakamiki would offer her advice. Okay. For real. His fortune was displayed. You're a very work-minded person. It was just a write-up about his personality. You'd never be able to get by without the devoted support of those around you. But you probably don't realize that, do you? It's a big mistake to think you can get through all of life's challenges on your own. There's nothing cool about being ignorant. If you don't get over your indifference to the world might start to harbor quite a grudge. For real. Find a way to connect more deeply with the people around you and start living a better life before it's too late. Just do that and you're sure to have a wonderful future ahead. Famous people who got your result. Shinosuke Orai. It's this dude again. He has an interview appointment with Minori Kawa. Okay. I know. He went back to the form and replied to Pretty Honey. Nice to hear from you again, Pretty Honey. I definitely know how you feel about Ayakamiki being ours. Still, I'm confident she's got what it takes to persevere and succeed in America. And if she does fail, well, all of us in Japan will be here to welcome her back all the same. Guess this voyage to America I've concocted just has me a little worked up. Dog. What even the hell is that? For real. This guy, bro. This guy. So I clicked post. And then he clicked post. That shit. And leaned back in his chair. Mr. Osawa. He's Kajiwara. First the toilet, then lunch. What is it now? There's been a development in the case. Yo! Please join us in the living room. We have important matters. Kajiwara had his detective face on. Something actually happening? Oh shit, bruh. Wait, let me finish eating. Very well. I was already there. Now that you're both here, Kajiwara said, allow me to share what we know. We've identified a location that appears to be the Syndicate's hideout. You have? What about Maria? Is she there? Sorry, I'm munching. We still haven't been able to ascertain whether your daughter is... Okay, how is Maria where she is right now? Did they just never kidnap her? Because she was just, like, running side quests, bruh. Like, they've been doing all this for nothing, right? Oh. Damn. Well then, what were these important matters you needed to discuss? The hideout in question is a condom in Hiru. Oh, condominium. I guess so. And it's owned by whom? Mr. Osawa, please calm down. Tell me! The residence is owned... Dog. By Mamoru Tanaka. So speechless. Bro was just so suspicious. He couldn't process what he was hearing. Tanaka? Lies! Just what are you implying? That my hubby is the kidnapper? I mean, Mr. Tanaka? Where's your proof? For, with all due respect, ma'am, weren't you suspicious of Mr. Tanaka yourself? Well, I suppose, but you stuck a listening device on him. There was a phone ring. Is that Tanaka? For real, I don't know. No. There was no way. The phone was wiretapped. Hello? Hello? Is this the home of Maria? Who's not Tonka? I saw I didn't recognize it, but the veil of despair that hung before him thinned slightly. Is this the home of Hitomi Osawa? This time the man on the phone used Hitomi's name instead. Yeah. The caller immediately hung up. Oh, man. As Osawa stood there dumbstruck, Kajiwara gently took the receiver and hung up the phone. One of the detectives addressed Kajiwara. We've traced the source of the call to your cell phone. We've pinpointed the base station. I'll inform Kuze and we can prepare a team just in case. Just in case? What do you mean by that? Just because this is a kidnapping case doesn't mean that every phone call comes from the kidnapper. We'll look into it, of course, but I see. Besides, right now, confirming Mr. Tanaka's whereabouts takes priority. Don't you agree? Mm-hmm. Someone should call him. I'll do it. I got our cell phone and dial him up. Of course. Of course. Where was Mr. Tanaka headed? Kajiwara asked. Yeah, Osawa keenly. I don't actually know. For real. It's gotta be. Even leaving out the part about Hitomi, that was still the truth. If Tanaka was behind the kidnapping, someone knew he had to tell the police about the blue minivan and the emails from his daughter. For real. Tanaka's got the whole family on lock, bruh. Part of him still trusted Tanaka deep down, and he couldn't bring himself to reveal it all. We have investigators en route to Tanaka's condominium. Kajiwara said. Let's wait for them to report it. We have investigators en route. What? Why didn't you just do it twice? On the far side of the room, I was squawking in frustration. Despite several attempts, I haven't been able to get through. I bet freaking he... I don't know. His phone ringing. He pulled it from his pocket. Kano, what's going on? I suppose that'd be alright. What for, though? Shit. After a few more quiet words, Kajiwara held his phone out to Osawa. One of the investigators would like to speak to you. Yo, is he talking to Kano? Osawa, can I help you? This is Detective Kano from the Shibuya precinct. Time is critical, so I need to just cut to the chase here. Things are starting to connect, bruh. Osawa is actually interacting with other characters. No way. There was a pause as the speaker took a deep breath before continuing. Did you give the antiviral drug to your daughter, Hitomi? The freaking thud of death, bruh. What? Osawa was so startled that his voice caught in his throat. What are you talking about? Antiviral research was top secret. So how did some detective... For real... I don't know. Osawa was bewildered. I'm the one asking the questions here, Osawa. Mr. Osawa. Did you give the antiviral drug to your daughter, Hitomi? I guess you probably maybe did. I don't know if he did or if he is eventually going to, like, right here. I know what the syndicate is really after, Mr. Osawa. Osawa's mind went blank when he heard what Kano said next. He could give no reply. Mr. Osawa? The detective continued after a moment. Is everything alright? Without really thinking, Osawa hung up. Bro. I think he might have. I'm pretty sure they were after the virus. Did he mean the UA virus kept at the lab? Wait, hold on. The detective had to be wrong about that. Did he really do it, bro? Why would he do that? The kidnapper must have the UA virus already. Otherwise, I wouldn't have to do what I did to Hito. Do not look away. These are your crimes. At last, Osawa understood what those emails from A were all about. This guy, for real. They were a preview of the tragedy that was yet to unfold. The kidnappers probably meant to start the main event soon. It might already be too late to stop. Mr. Osawa? Are you alright? The detective gazed with concern into Osawa's ashen face. Bracing himself, Osawa spoke up, his voice hoarse and dry. A killer virus is about to be unleashed in Tokyo. And I know who's responsible. It's me. The sudden confession caused the detectives on site to stir like a hornet nest. Please arrest me. Feeling the weight of his crimes crushing down on him, Osawa dropped his gaze to the floor. Okay, this has got to be a bad ending, right? He held out both his wrists. I'll tell you everything down at the station. Anything you need to know. Osawa imagined bodies dropping left and right. There were limits to what might be cured by a small stockpile of antiviral in his lab currently contained. If they were unable to quarantine the infected in time, then Shibuya, no, all of Japan might be engulfed in a pandemic. A pandemic is that a drug can never stop. He could only hope that his complying with the authorities might help stop the spread of the infection before it was too late. Dog. They vaporized him, bruh. they vaporized his ass. Yeah, I think Kano just needs to not ask that question. They freaking vaporized him. What the hell? That shit killed me. Alright, who are we running now? Maria, or are we going to Kano? Or should we... I feel like Minoikawa is not very intertwined right now with anyone. Everyone else feels very connected right now. What are we thinking? Kano, okay. Kano muttered. What's Kanan? The stench of blood hung heavy in the basement bar. Stanley was silent, staring at the criminal's corpse. Yeah, for real. Hey, do you know anything about something this? Kano asked. Still, Stanley gave no response. Silent treatment again, huh, Kano? Huh? The American glanced at him gravely. In all likelihood, the one who did this was acting alone. Alone? Against this many other people? Who on earth? There's no need for you to know. Cut the crap! Grabbed Stanley by the collar. This dude's a freaking hothead. He just keeps... If there's someone involved in this case who's capable of something like this, I need to know about it. How am I supposed to do my job if you keep me in the dark? Stanley remained locked in. Look, I'm not afraid of the risks, Kano said. And I'll be a lot more effective if you at least fill me in on the basics here. The more you know, the sooner you'll wind up dead. Kano tightened his grip. But it's okay if I wind up dead while I'm still in the dark, huh? Fine. I'll answer your first question. He brushed Kano's arm. Kanan is the name of a covert operative from the Middle East. For real. In simple terms, a type of spy that is I believe she's the one who killed these people here. The Middle East? A covert operative? Conrad expected spycraft to be involved with this. Yes, she's an assassin and a cryptanalysis specialist. Don't you recall the mass jailbreak from Abu Ghraib prison? Iraq was Baghdad. Iraq. Under the Hussein government. Saddam Hussein is part of the freaking 428 lore, bruh. And George Bush? George Bush mentioned in the freaking George Bush's canon to the 428 lore, bruh. Kanan was the one who provided the intel the escapees used to get out. For real. Kanan was at a loss for words. The case was suddenly starting to seem a whole lot more sinister. Wherever this Kanan was, she'd apparently killed nearly a dozen people with only a knife. She was clearly not one to trifle with. Just what kind of individual were they dealing with here? You could scarcely imagine. Once again, Kano surveyed the crime scene. Each of the murdered criminals had their throats slit. From the look of the deep, clean cuts, the killer hadn't hesitated in the slightest. Okay, so then what connection does this Kanan have with the mastermind behind this kidnapping? If Kanan had killed all of the foreign syndicate members in this bar, did that mean she and the person behind the kidnapping were enemies? Or perhaps she and the kidnapper were working in concert, and she carried out these slayings as part of some plan to get rid of some loose ends? I believe I'd said I'd answer one question. Turning away, Stanley picked up a file from atop a nearby table. Apparently, he wasn't in the sharing mood. Realizing that further questions would be pointless, Kano peered sidelong at the file as Stanley opened it. Inside was a map of Shibuya. There were various routes marked with arrows and times. That's the plan for the ransom relay. Kano was so excited he blurted his thoughts out loud. It appeared that the ultimate goal for the ransom was a condominium. The address at the time was 1420. That's in 10 minutes. Kind of put it an immediate call to the investigation task force to relay this information. The final destination. It's given final destination. Is Ground Hill 405. Blah 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 blah. Alright, because they told him we'll look into it. Into who owns this condo in question. You and Stanley head over there now. I'm setting back up to go in with you. You have authorization to apprehend the suspect. Finally hearing the order that he'd so long been waiting for, Kano got that deterrent. Alright, let's go. Stanley still saw him close the file and followed. This M was always locked in, bruh. Stanley drove along Inokashira Dori toward Hiru, where the finish line for the ransom relay was relocated. His demeanor was cold and brooding, in sharp contrast with Kano's gung-ho readiness. He seemed lost in some deep and cheerless thought. Kuze's voice came over the wireless as the car came out onto Meiji Dori. We've identified the owner of the condominium. It's... Kano held his breath in anticipation. The name Kuze spoke caught him by surprise entirely. Right, okay, well I know how to clear this keep out. And I can do it with incredible ease. The freaking thud, bruh. What? Okay, wait, never mind, there's a second one. also Kano. Get me in. His voice came out. Okay, we don't know about it's Mamoru Tanaka. He's a colleague of Kenji Ozawa. What? This was an unexpected twist. Kajiwara confirms that Tanaka left the Ozawa residence. This was not unexpected because I already knew it. He left. No word of it. Oh shit, true, he did just leave. No word of his movements since then. It's possible he headed to his private condo where the attaché case is slated to end up. And the officer who runs across Tanaka is to apprehend him on sight. Because they cut the connection. This mastermind you've been chasing? Is it Tanaka? Stanley didn't reply. Fine, never mind. I just wish I could know Tatsuno's safe. Still worried about that traitor, huh? So Stanley could ignore all of his questions, but still remember to make snide remarks? Talking about Tatsuno's the only thing that gets a reaction out of you, isn't it? Kano snorted. What makes you so certain he can't be a traitor? Tatsuno just isn't like that. No, Tatsuno, this isn't you. That's not an answer. Alright, I've watched the man work for years. I know him. He has no reason to betray the Force. You watch him work, huh? What about his private life, then? You know all about that, too? He hasn't had money trouble or anything like that? I don't feel his blood starting to boil. I don't care what you think. I trust Detective Tatsuno. Just freaking... for real. He's just straight glazing. Trust him? On what basis? I don't need any basis to have faith in someone. Kano snapped. Without any basis, in fact, it's just plain sentimentality. There's no reason or logic to it. A thin smile came to his face. Stanley, I see you try not to laugh, bro. Are they friends or family? Yes, no, for real. He's getting freaking cooked. You can never really know other people. The only person you can trust is yourself. Kind of had no response for such an emotionless statement. He looked away. He and Stanley were just plain incompatible. Nah, brother, there's gotta be a bad ending where they fall in love. Or a good ending. It seemed like no amount of talking would let them get through to one another. Never take anything at face value, Kano. You start trusting too much, you're basically as good as dead. Kano just stared out the window. The Shibuya precinct came into view. Tanaka's condo wasn't much farther now. They were outside of his condo now. Over there! Who the freak is this guy, bruh? Got a Magic the Gathering player head all looking out. The freak out. Oh shit, that's my favorite Fortnite clip. Where the guy's like, shut your head all looking stupid head all looking Anyway, he has the case. Kind of wait. He had no intention of stopping. He approached him at full, and he killed him. I said, enough. The question isn't that case line. That's so freaking true. Kind of his eyes tracked the case for a moment too long. He was caught off guard when the man threw a punch at him. The blow caught him right in the jaw. For a moment, Kamo saw the stars. He died. Stanley! Get the case! Suddenly, the vehement skated to a stop. For real. Literally spawned up on it. He looks like Peter Dinklage, bruh. Several cars have pulled across the road ahead, and the detectives were pouring out of them. His escape route cut off, the criminal resigned himself to capture. While Kano helped make the arrest, several of the other detectives broke into Tanaka's condo. For real. Stanley, meanwhile, was carefully inspecting the exterior of the attaché case. He looks so familiar. Bro, his hair is freaking... He could use a little fixing. 50 million rand. They just got it? Oh, this is a decoy. I wonder where... His words trailed off, but Kano had heard him. What did you expect? Samples of that new drug in there? As usual, Stanley gave no reply. The look on his face, however, told Kano that he'd been right on the mark. Some of the backup team emerged from Tanaka's condo. Kano turned to them, feeling a sudden surge of anxiety for Maria. I still can't believe they just bombed Osawa, bruh. Just a freaking giant missile just shot straight at his face. What's the situation in there, he asked. They told him that they found no one in Tanaka's room, so the hostage's status remained unknown, and the main culprit had evaded capture. The case hadn't been solved, in fact. It was still unfolding in the worst way conceivable. And still, Stanley remained focused on the attaché case, pondering it with a thoughtful expression. Look, I'm going to request that I be returned to my normal duties. Maria still needs to be rescued, and I still need to find out what happened to Hitomi and Tatsuno. For once, Stanley actually responded. Hitomi? Yes, that's it. It makes perfect sense that they'd ever carry it. Huh? What do you mean? This whole attaché case relay was a fake out. Whoa, slow down, Kano said. Explain what you're talking about? Somehow, the kidnappers made contact with Osawa and got him to have Hitomi carry the drug, separate from the ransom. Wait, you're saying they had Hitomi bring them the drug? Uh-huh. The case handoffs were sort of a camouflage, a way for them to keep the police distracted from the real goal. What the... Did you see that? He had an Armani watch on, bruh. Kano nodded. It indeed felt like, the case relay was a decoy, an attempt to buy time. If the syndicate were after something else entirely, that would explain why so many of their actions have appeared to make no sense. So, what sort of drug is this? Why would they go to such lengths to get their hands on it? No, you don't, bruh. Stop lying. It's an antiviral. Actually, I'm wearing Armani Code right now. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. It smells great. I really like it. Do you actually? Damn. Stanley replied after some hesitation. Bro, ain't even capping. I made to cure people infected with the very particular virus. Freaker might, because sometimes I'll be at a store and I'm like, damn, this shirt's really good, and it's Armani, and it's like $800, and it's like, okay, never mind. I'm not gonna spend more than like $20 on a shirt ever, unless it's like something sentimental, like I got it at like a theme park or something. But whatever. Anyway, what virus are we talking about? It's called UWA. I have like none, bruh. Maybe I actually need more shirts. Cause, not true. I just need to do my laundry, which is just what a drag. Suppose this UWA virus was something like the Ebola virus. Nah, I swear, I literally have like 4 pairs of pants, and I just wear them over and over. Not over and over, but, well, yeah, I mean, I wash them, but... Well, I mean, bruh, some people are crazy. Some people wash their pants after 1 use. And it's like... Here's the thing, when I'm at home, I'm not wearing my nice pants, because they're so uncomfortable. So, yeah, for real, me too. They're so uncomfortable that when I'm not at home, I'm not wearing them. So if I'm wearing those pants for like 4 hours a day, I don't think they need to be washed after 1 use. I'm not gonna lie. Seems like just such a freaking waste. But people were calling me gross for that. Like some of my coworkers were like, I wear 2 outfits a day. And it was like, dog, are we for real? Like, I mean, I guess they're not they're khakis. I mean, they get the job done. But, wait, okay, what happened to the Ebola virus? Because I remember it was being a big, the freaking Adidas track pants, bruh. Because it was, like, big, like, 10 years ago. But if it says there's no vaccine and no drug... Oh! Except this game came out in 2008. They might have found something. Because it feels like it's gone, Bro's got the... I'm wearing, like, freaking pajama pants, bro. That's all I ever wear. Perhaps HIV. Can you weaponize HIV, bro? I don't think so. I don't... Maybe. If you just transferred it into people. I'm just wearing a plain white shirt right now, bro. It's so ass. Even though... there were medicines that could treat all of those diseases, but nothing that could cure them completely. Any drug that could do that would be worth vast sums of money. I don't know. Do you have any means of getting in touch with Mr. Osawa? Yeah. I have like 100. I only wear them as like undershirts though. But check in with him ASAP. Find out whether or not he gave the antiviral that he told me. I was supposed to scowl. It looked like he wasn't done assisting Stanley yet. Could you wear it picked up promptly? I have a ton of button-up shirts, bruh. I haven't really been wearing them because I'm kind of getting big, bro. I'm outgrowing all my shit. Here's the thing, though. Like, do I hit the gym to lose weight to fit into my stuff? But my stuff was really small because I was like freaking so skinny, bro. I was like 120 pounds. But now I've gained weight. But now I don't fit in any of my clothes. Kano, what's going on? Could I speak with Mr. Osawa? Sure. What for? Oh wait, I can fix it right here. Alright. Yeah, I used to. I mean, now I'm fine enough. Like, now I'm like normal human weight. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. I'm starting to have trouble reading. Okay. Alright, just make sure not to tell him anything about the investigation. Sure. The man's hoarse voice came over the line. Osawa speaking. How can I help you? Yeah, I think it's because, let's see, how long I've been reading for 2 hours straight, bruh. Like, I might have to swap games. Because, like, my voice is getting... Because I don't know, when I read, it's, like, a different way. Like, my voice does it differently than when I'm talking. And, like, reading hurts my voice when, like, normal talking doesn't. I don't know why. Time is critical, so I need to just cut to the chase here. Did you give the antiviral drug to your daughter, Hitomi? Like it feels weird. I don't know. I used to be cracked at it. Like when I did my Danganronpa playthrough when I was really young, I I uh I could do like all the voices perfectly. Even freaking Sayaka, bruh. Like well, I gotta pull up the Danganronpa playthrough. This shit's so funny. Um, cause have you heard my Sayaka voice? Probably. The freaking. Wait. This shit right here, bruh. I did that non-stop. I don't know how my voice didn't pass away. It was freaking... Oh shit, can't hear it, damn. It was so freaking gas. Should I get to Masters real quick in Street Fighter? I'm there, bro. I'm so close. Like, I'm right there. I would keep playing, but like my voice is starting to hurt, and I'm starting to get like reading fatigue. Even though the story's getting cracked. But yeah, maybe I'll stream Street Fighter for a bit, cause I'm almost there. Or I could stream. I just got Jurassic World Evolution 3. I could like actually make a theme park. That's probably not as fun to watch stream though. Yeah. But yeah, for real. And we are like there, bro. We're to where it starts getting freaking crazy sauce. Like, well, we're there's one point in a bit where it gets so freaking hype. Like it's like a oh. I don't remember when that happens. I'll end the stream so I can check when it happens without spoiling it. Because I don't know if we're close or not. I don't know how much is left in the game even. But yeah, what do you think? Should I do Street Fighter or get Jurassic World Evolution 3 or play it for the first time? I haven't even touched it. Nah, I'll stream Street Fighter. I feel that'll be more entertaining. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'll start the stream in a second. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna end the stream and find out whatever, and then I'll check.